Hi, Freya from Otherworldly here. Today I've got a few things from the current round of We Love Roleplay, as well as a hair from Collaborate, and also, which might be the star of this review in the end, the brand new Diana bento mesh head from Vista, the second bento mesh head from Vista Animations. But we're going to start in the other end and look at the items from We Love Roleplay to start with. This massage table, the Thermi massage table, is from Rowanwood. I recently used another massage prop, the rug, and which had massage poses in it. I had that one just recently since I picked it up at a 25L Tuesday, and then this more fancy version came out, and I thought this one deserved to be shown on video as well. So what you get, I think I might as well go in and show you what the options are, if I can find them in my substantially messy inventory as usual. There we are, the Thermite massage table. So you get several versions of the massage table. You get dark, light, and medium wood. You get the table either with or without the decor that you see rest out here, and you also get the decor separately. What I did here was I resed out the table separately and the decor onto it because I've actually sized down the table quite a bit. It does mean that some poses aren't precisely where they should be, but the thing is that I have a fairly short avatar on right now, and if I lowered myself so that my feet were on the floor, I was just massaging the top of the table rather than man's avatar. So I compromised by sizing down the table a bit. I'll still be able to show a couple of the functions, but that's always a problem with props, with poses in. If they don't fit your avatar size right away, hopefully you can resize. It's nice when they're modern, you can do that, but you may get some poses that aren't perfectly aligned after that. It also comes with a texture HUD, so you can pick different textures for the basically the pillows here, and also for the towels that are draped across. I'll just give a quick show of going for this lighter pinkish color and maybe gold towels on top, for example. I have a fairly dark light setting right now. I like this sunsetty feel to it, but you do have ways to customize it so it'll fit in. I'm gonna give you a bit of a look around as well to see how it looks from. You can see it's got some nice ornamental details on the wood there, and here you can see the lighter color a bit better. See if I can get you a bit of a look at the basically you've got some rose petals here, you've got your oil, and this curved knife looking thing here is a strigil, which you would use in a Roman bath. After you oiled yourself up, you would use that to scrape off the oil and sweat and dirt with it. So that was basically their way of washing up. Rather than using soap, they would use the strigil to and then apparently the if you were a gladiator, for example, if you were a famous gladiator, there was a market for your the oil that contained your sweat, basically. So there were places where they would gather that up, and it was considered a bit of an aphrodisiac, I think. So the patrician women would occasionally purchase such thing. The gladiators were the really famous ones, could become essentially these superstars, which obviously stood for masculinity. They had some interesting ideas, those Romans. Obviously, I'm not wearing anything terribly Roman today, but I'm going to give you a bit of a better look at that in just a moment. First, I'm going to go through and show you some of the menus. You have this hymn, which is basically a massage for a man. could be from a male or a female person doing the massage, I guess. And here, as you're going to notice, the pose I think is a little misplaced. I should probably be further down rather than putting my nose in his butt crack. We'll try number 3 instead. Yeah, obviously I have a skirt on now, but it sort of works anyway. And so you have various massage options here. I think these as well are standing ones. Let's see, pop back over here, yes. And do some work on that shoulder by the look of it. And then we'll go back, and there's a few options for a woman being massaged as well. Less it seems. I guess the guys need more treatment, especially if they've been out fighting. Then we have some PG poses, which seem to be more variations on massages and sort of just PG touching. And then we have an adult menu, not too big, but a few options, and as usual, not doing those on video. You never know what might show up as photos in the blog post, though. I'll see what I like the look of. So I think I'm gonna leave my victim to being massaged here, and then I'm gonna come around and show you the outfit from Dreaming Thicket, which is also from We Love Roleplay. As you can see, the outfit consists of a sort of bra top and this skirt with a wraparound detail, and it's called the Lotus Outfit. And let's see if I can get you a sense of how many colors and options you've got here as well. Well, here you can see the sizes, at least, that are included. You've got all of the Blazer bodies, you've got the E-body, you've got fitted sizes for the old standard sizes, and you've got Maitreya, Slink, TMP, and Tonic. So this should work for just about any body that you can think of. And we have a couple of different color options, or quite a few different color options. The skirt and the top are packaged separately. I am wearing the Nightshade version here, and you've got several others which are nice combinations, quite colorful, have a bit of a sort of exotic feel, I should say, and very versatile for this sort of, you know, whether you're going for a roleplay look or maybe a beach look. Really, a modern beach look would be perfectly fine for this as well. I certainly would not mind wearing something like this when it's nice, warm, and summery. So that's also at We Love Roleplay. And then we have the hair from Stealthic, which is at Collaborate, and it's called Passion. And I'm going to give you a look at the styling hood to see what the options are. So here I'm wearing this option, and then of course you can have it swept back entirely if you prefer that, or you can have it on just one side, either that side or the other side. So there's basically 4 different styles, and you can set it to a cycle of switching through the styles if you prefer as well. Seems like you'd be doing a lot of hair flipping with that, so I'm not sure that's necessarily quite natural, but it's a nice thing to have. Stealthic also has a tint hood if you prefer to change the color a little bit of your hair. And this is from the red pack that I'm showing here. I can give you a look at what the options are on the red pack as well. See where the hood went though. Oh right, the red hood was actually being a little wonky and not attaching where it should be, so I'll just give you an example of the HUD with the black and white instead. So I think it's the same number of colors each with 10 colors, so quite a nice range for the HUDs, for the packs. So that's about it for what we're wearing. Ran isn't wearing much other than a hair from Tram, so that covers that. And then I thought we would take a close look at Diana. So I am going to give you a little bit of a closer look here at her and the shape that I've made for her. Now, I did buy the Leah head as soon as it came out, actually, and I've quite enjoyed that one. And there was this, and there is this great promotion that for the first 2 weeks of Diana, she cost 2,000 instead of 2,500. And if you've bought Leah, you can get Diana on the marketplace and for 1,000, for 2,000, and then get 1,000 back, so that you actually only end up paying 1,000. So I really couldn't pass up that deal. There were some aspects of Diana, rather sort of in the actual structure of the face, that I think I prefer Leah, but the versatility is great. I mean, I've gotten back into doing shapes. I will be putting the shape for Diana on the marketplace as well. And it's always great to have more heads. What you can do with Diana is to make a somewhat longer face, I think, than I was able to do with Leah. But if we look at the profile here, I would say that the profile borders on being a little, it has a bit much a tendency to a duck lip for my taste. I would prefer a little bit less. And I would prefer a different rigging to the nose here, so that you could get more of a strong arch here, and then reducing the prominence of the lower bridge instead. The rigging is fairly similar to Leah, but it felt like this nose wants to be a bit more sloped. I also found I had to move the eyes out a bit compared to Leah, so they seem to be more deeply set, but you know, that's minor adjustments really. What else? Well, I said I wish most people who did skin or did heads will be able to do the bridge of the nose not quite so far out. I think it could stand to have a little bit more of a dip, so that you don't get quite such a strong area here with the eye, that it's quite so wide across there. Possibly it is that all eyes are a little more deep set than they should be. I should probably experiment with that a little bit more. I really do like the this sort of the cheekbone and chin area on Diana. I think you can get some very interesting looks there, and I also thought that the mouth responded very nicely to sliders and was very workable. So the HUD looks very much like the recent update to Leah, which is up to version 3. You have, as with Leah, 3 built-in skins, not scapes. That seems to be some weird cross between skins and shapes. But you have skins from Your Skin, Your Shape, Avenge, and 7 Deadly Skins. You have, I think it's more or less the same makeup setup, same lashes, hair bases, and brows. You got some tattoo options which apply freckles and other things, and you got your blend options here. And then, of course, you have the AO, which is very nice on Vista, as you would expect from an animation company. They have done a very nice job with the various options. So let's try some of the moods. Here's the neutral. I think those are quite nice and subtle. I feel like this shape, and it's using the skin from Your Skin, Your Shape, ended up looking a little sort of somber, a little sad almost. So the neutral might be the best. The sad ones tend to be a little heavy with super frowny lips and so on. And then we have some flirting. Get a quite nice sort of one-sided smile there. And a little wink. Quite like this one. Let's see what the haughty one might be. Honestly, somebody who thinks they are all that. That little lip bite one certainly can be nice for photos and such. I don't know how many people go around doing that all the time, but of course you can enable multiple moods, and that will mix the animations that you get, so you have a little more variety in what you see. You can go and get all seductive. A little kiss there. Very nice and smooth. They are all mo-capped, I believe. This should probably be sleepy rather than sleeping. I think it looks like somebody who's having a hard time staying awake. Might make you angry. That's quite frowny. That should have had a trembling bottom lip, but I don't think you can do that. Let's see what the sad one looks like. It does tend to be a little exaggerated, I feel, in the lip area. If you look like that when you're sad, I can understand if you're sad. Let's see about the doubtful. A little bit of a dubious face here. That could work out, yeah. And then we get serious. And shy. And finally we have innocent. And then as you can see, you have custom slots as well, so that you can combine existing animations and make your own little mood set, which is a nice idea if you want to put together some things that to really express yourself. I quite like this smile, I have to say. That's a really good, that might be one of the best open mouth smiles, or sort of soft smiles that I've seen on a mesh head, actually. That feels really natural. And that might just be a new favorite for photos. And of course you have your expressions as well. Here's where you save sequences. You can control blink. You can control have the eye AO on as well, and then you have your eyelids and so on. So as I said, it's a fully featured AO. It's got a lot of nice options, and it seems certainly like they're intending to continue to work on and update the AO. And I think that I'm looking forward to seeing what else they're gonna bring out. Actually, I'm hoping that the next head will be a male head. I would really like to see what they can do with a male head. So far, the best ones out there are Lilutka and Logo. Lilutka's got by far the best HUD of those two. And some more options for guys would be great. Of course, it would be even better if more people supported Omega, and that's perhaps the biggest problem with the Vista heads. They are Omega, and the same would be true for a male head from Vista. And right now, very few creators are venturing into doing anything other than Katwa and Lilutka. It's a little bit better on the female side, but not by much. Because you got brands like LAC, for example, who've got a market share, but they're not getting a lot of people just do specialized Omegas for LAC, and that doesn't really help the rest of us. So anyway, that's my usual little Omega rant. I understand why people want to use proprietary systems and so on, but we are now in a situation where it would be very nice if there was more support for these heads that are essentially ending up third-party heads outside of the big two. And I think that's about it, what I wanted to share this time. I haven't really gone in and shown any of the slider variations with this head, but I did see that when Strawberry did her video, she went in and showed a lot of the slider variations, so I think that she's already done quite a good job of that. I prefer to perhaps talk a little bit about the style of head and how I like it and so on. And I think that I will certainly try and do a few shapes for this one as well, and perhaps a few more for Leah, because I think these are interesting and have interesting potential. So it seems like, it certainly seems like I might end up doing videos almost every other round at the moment, and I keep having all these nice animated items to show off, so you'll just have to keep putting up with these until the next one.